joining us, everyone. Next, Eric Wolter is going to inform us whether we can get high on hacking or not.
How's everybody doing? It's too early for me. You guys hear me okay? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to save a lot of time for those that want to know the answer to this question. The answer is yes. You can get high as hell from hacking. Anybody in here offended by profanity? No? So you guys have been to these conferences before, and you guys have heard speakers before. It's my first time speaking at KYKYK. First time speaking at a hacker conference. Matter of fact, it's my first time speaking in front of an audience. Good. In front of an audience of this stature. I'm in a room full of professionals. I'm completely out of my wheelhouse here. But by the end of this conversation, well, it's one-sided. But by the end of the speech, I hope you guys understand that we all do have common ground. And we all do have things that we lost my mic. We all do have things that we can identify with and agree with. Let me tell you guys a little bit about myself, because all you guys saw in there is dopamine's a release of chemicals and blah, 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 right? Who the hell is this guy? Well, I told you guys, or they told you my name's Eric Bolter. That's great. We all have names. I identify as somebody called Gumball Head. Still okay? In the back? Do I need to bring it up? Okay. Heard the feedback. I'm half deaf as it is. But I identify with somebody, or my moniker is Gumball Head. I'm a father. Have a baby due next month, and I'll applaud myself for that one. You guys know. Number six for me. It's a lot of people, a lot of kids in my household, a lot of mistakes I've made. True. Not my children, me as a person. I fuck up a lot. So do you guys. You're not perfect, right? We know that. What's this have to do with getting high or hacking? My journey started when I started digging deeper into finding a way to correlate my common ground with you guys. Any of you guys get CDs in your grab bags today? It's just a cellophane wrapped CD from some dickhead's fucking CD collection. You got one? What'd you get? You know? You don't have to, if you don't know, it's no big deal. I'll tell you, some of you guys got some really great music. I was talking to a fellow outside. He got dead Kennedys, rotten fruit, fresh vegetables. One of my favorite punk tunes. Can't tell I like punk rock. Some of you guys got, wow, this is Worship 3. Fuck yeah! If you don't like that worship CD, someone here will. Right? All the information, the songs, the gospel. Someone's going to like it. It's different, but it's music. There's my common ground with everybody in this room. We're born, before we're even born, we listen to music in our mother's wombs. When you're driving on the road during the Christmas season, when they're playing on the radio, babies can hear that stuff. 3-year-olds can pick up on my activities. My 1-year-old knows when I'm going to get pissed off. I'm only walking because I'm nervous. I'm pacing. Anybody here have kids? Yeah. How did you feel when they were born? You go like this? Inside your head? Oh yeah, you did. That's the coolest feeling in the world. Felt pretty great, right? Any coders in here? People that write code? Software, programmers, developers, right? And then we have hackers. I actually asked the closing keynote speaker, how should I refer to hackers at this conference? To me, on the outside world, it's a dirty term. You guys scare the shit out of me. Even more so now that I look more into it. Now, let's see where we're at on time here. I'm probably not as far in as I thought. Where are we at? 4 minutes in. Be a lot of filler today, guys. Realistically, I give a speech 1,000 times a year. I create social media content. Okay? Who wouldn't appeal to those moms that are at home during the day, watching their kids or taking them to soccer practice, and I don't have some glitzy background going, some fancy music on the TikToks. You know, you go to Facebook, what do you see? Bullshit. Everywhere you look, social media is a lie. sort of self-help books. But I'm not here to talk about that stuff. You guys want to know about that? You guys got a CD in your bag, you got my business card. Now, those CDs, please, don't just throw them away. Okay? I'm not selling anything in there. My business card's in there. If you guys want one, I'll give you one as well. It's got my QR code on the back. I'm just as savvy as everybody else. But it's a little different savvy now. Because I am gumball head and I'm at recovery long term. So when I said I fucked up a lot of money, you guys put it together on. Yeah. 2013, I graduated from Fire Academy. 2014, I graduated from Police Academy. And in 2016, I graduated with my license in paramedicine. I was a member of the public safety community. Right? I didn't have tattoos on my arms then. I didn't have my ears stretched out. I wore pants most of the time. You guys are lucky I'm wearing shorts today because I've been off work 3 months on my computer. You guys know what I'm talking about. How many of you write code in your underwear? Or what? Yeah, exactly. People even raise their hands. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for the transparency. I do. But I never knew how cool hacking was. So this whole presentation idea started with me going, how do I correlate? How do I find that common ground, this and that? The more I looked into it, the more I learned a new culture, a new opportunity for me to learn things, a new avenue, a new way to approach people of unknown concerns. Can you get high from hacking? Sure can. Here's the difference between smoking a doobie, or in my case a bong, or drinking. It's how long does it take for you guys to reach that high when you're doing your ethical hacking thing? When you're writing a code or solving a problem? You guys' world zeros and ones. Mine's colored balls. So I'll correlate this together now too, even more. As I started looking into computer hacking, my brain, this is ADHD. Okay? I'll jump over. You guys will catch up. We won't. I'll be completely. Sorry. That's why they call me gumball head. You never know what's going to fall out of my mouth or what I'm going to pull out of my bag of tricks. These don't explode. They're not full of anything. Balls from my children's ball pit at home. I'm going to throw them at anybody. Told not to. I asked. They said no. Not this year. My first time. This is opportunity. It's opportunity to talk to people I don't know anything about. In a subject they don't know anything about. This is containment. This is where I thought I had to be. This is environment. I'm in the environment here. Getting high from hacking. You're trying to pen test. Forgive me, guys. I don't know all the terminology. So if I say something stupid, laugh. Because it's only going to encourage me to learn more about it. Because that's where my drive is. But when you start working on those things, you start feeling good. That first line of code you wrote, that felt pretty good, right? That first program you wrote felt awesome because it works. I remember in computer programming school, my freshman year of high school, I couldn't get past 10 CLS 20 run. I was responsible to fill everything else in between that. And all we had to do was make a period go from one side of the screen to the other by writing the code. Is that a simple code to write? To move a cursor from one side of the screen to the other? Simple, yeah? Not to me. Zeros and ones, is that back? It's so cool now, the way technology is. You know, right now. I'm thinking about more stuff I can talk about. I'm not going to script. But all of those things, all of those opportunities and different avenues that I explored, kind of said to me, you've worked in the corporate world your entire life, or public safety. I've always worked for someone else. How many of you guys are self-employed or work for a company that allows you to pretty much do whatever the fuck you want? Why are there so many hands down? How many of you in here love your job? Be honest. If you don't like it, don't raise your hand. I'm not going to judge you. I'm the last person in this room that can judge anybody. Sucks, right? Sometimes work sucks. Is anybody in here, I can't say names, but is anybody familiar with the yellow ambulance brand out there? The stretchers that are in the back of ambulances? It's the best company I ever worked for, and I hated it the most, but I loved going to work every day. What the fuck does this have to do with getting high during hacking? Well, those years that I was in public safety, I saw a lot of those yellow stretchers. A lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, a lot of lawyers. Anybody familiar with Jason Dalton? I don't want to give him any credit if I don't have to, but the Uber shooter? Anybody familiar with him? That was my last year employed as a paramedic. And how can get you high? Tell you what, EMS can. Half gallon a day for 7 years, hell yeah. You guys want to drink with me? I don't drink anymore, you probably won't. Back then, couldn't touch me. A lot of booze. I didn't smoke weed because it was looked down on. I didn't take medication because I'm in public safety, I don't need that. I'm the pillar of the community. Look at me. Look at my ego. And then when I lost my job, after I got arrested for drunk driving, it was pretty humbling. The guy that arrested me was at my wedding. He was one of my brothers. Not blood brothers, but he was one of my brothers. That high I chased for a very long time. Every time those tones would drop on the fire department, coroner calls, you know, I was always boom, boom, boom. It was always quick. But hacking, it takes a while. It builds up. But when it does, you guys get to that whatever you're working on, it's like a 14-year-old boy having his first orgasm. Holy shit, this is awesome. Right? Feels good. You present that information to your boss and he loves it. Man, it feels good. You're laughing. You relate, don't you? Yeah? It doesn't just have to be 14-year-olds. 45-year-olds still have orgasms too. I can attest that I have 6 kids. My next one will be here next month. So the reason why I say why I wanted to do this is, number one, the last 13 years PureCon's been around. I made it to 7 of them. I know 3 people. I know Jason, I know Chris, and I know Jake. I mean, I know other people when I'm meeting people now. I've never been a networker. I'm scared to death of people. That's why I always thought I should work in an office. Yep. I can't. I know 3 people in the hacking world, and I admire all 3 of them. 3 of those people are the foundation for GERCON. Okay? They're here for the same reason all of us are, and that's the information sharing. So that avenue, can we get high from hacking? Yeah, you can. But why do we have to be careful about that, though? That wasn't filler, by the way. That was legit shit. I had it all written down. Okay, because I got pulled into here before I even had the pen zipped up. So, when we think about things, though, how many hours do you spend in front of that computer? Or your cell phone? Huh? I'm getting to the meat and potatoes here, guys. Especially the younger fellas and ladies. How much time do you spend on technology? How many hours a day? And what do you get out of it? Work on a computer. It's your life, yeah. I get yelled at by my cell phone out there in a Lions game on taking a picture. Put that away. My 49-year-old friend. Good for that. No, no. I share my life with people because I fucked up a lot in my past. That's what I'll have. But we start working on those things where our relationships are affected. Can you get high from hacking? What's more important? That deadline or your family? Guys? Does that deadline need to be met for your family? And how much of your family did you sacrifice during that time? Those people that don't love your job, get the fuck out of your job. Not out of here, please stay. Okay? This is the best audience I've had so far. You guys are quiet, not throwing shit. I didn't throw hands my whole life on the drawer. Say what you will. Got more rhythm than most people do. But I think it's like my second number. I'm getting pretty good at this. How much of your life revolves around that computer is how much you allow it to. What we don't understand is we spend hours and hours and hours and days and months and years droning on and on and on trying to make somebody else happy as we're typing in their code, hacking into their systems. The only time I ever, on the outside, hear about stuff like that is when shit hits the fan, like with Target. When their security went shit. The only reason why I knew anything about it was my credit card was affected. I'll be honest, everybody in this room, regardless of the capacity that you're in, thank you. And I say that on behalf of the American people, for protecting what we have that we take for granted for the people that are at this conference. Do you guys realize that looking out at this crowd, everybody in here is just as important to me as every police officer, firefighter, and EMS officer in the United States? Because they protect my health and my well-being, and you guys protect what's important to me, my credit, my emails, my e-commerce businesses, my OnlyFans page. Scan the QR code on the back of my business card. Seriously. Okay. I actually have a banner that I usually hang up. As I was walking in here today, I was like, man, how pretentious is that? How fucking handsome is that guy? I also have one that's a giant QR code. I could have put it up here if I wanted to, but I want to talk to you. If I only did 100 bag fillers, I want you guys to come talk to me. I want to hear about your past. I want to hear about how your life is now, where it was 10, 20 years ago. I want to hear how much has changed since you found hacking, or if you've been in it as long as that many years. I want to know how it's changed and implemented things in your life and impacted your life. How many cool things are involved with hacking? Why do you do what you do? Still here, huh? I read this note to Chris as I was walking over here, because he's always made fun of me. It says, you're going to do, forgive me, I'm emotional, and it's okay for guys to cry. If you don't believe me, it's okay for guys to cry. You're going to do amazing today. Cannot wait to watch and cheer. So motherfucking proud of you. It's my wife. She's got my babies. I'm a motherfucker. Hell yeah. So let's see here. I have 2 people on TikTok watching right now. In a room full of other people, all eyes on me. Typically my TikToks, and I made fun of it a little while ago, typically I'm around 10 or 13. But you listen to the Podbean and this and that and the other thing, it grows. It's the communities that we have to focus on. Be mindful of those things that happen to you, because I was addicted to Adderall without realizing it. Vyvanse, these are speed pills. I was a half gallon a day drinker. If I didn't have to work, if I did have to work, it was a fit and a kicker. But this doesn't just talk about drugs and alcohol. Can you get high from hacking? Oh, we're perfect here. I mentioned that 14-year-old's orgasm, addiction to technology. This kid's getting uncomfortable. It's okay. I mean well. Our children, I'm not here to preach to the choir. I'm not here to tell you how to parent. But what I will say is the people that are in this room right now, this is it. I'm reaching out to the younger fellas and the younger ladies in this room. This is it. Everything behind us, everything below us, coming up through schools, are going to have more technology than you guys have ever been offered because of conferences like this. Because of group sharing and collaboration, conversations. People want to know how I became a millionaire in e-commerce. They have to talk to me. I'm not a millionaire in e-commerce. But if I were, they'd have to talk to me to figure out how, right? I knew computers. I messed with e-commerce. The more I learn, the more high I get. The more technology you guys get, the more high you get. If you guys don't identify with that now, chew on that until tomorrow when you guys see me walking around. I may or may not be on stilts. But think about that. How many times have you stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning and decided, I gotta be up 2 hours, I'm just gonna stay up? That's addiction. You know why? Because you're not healing. Addiction is the act of self-harm. Recovery is the act of healing. That's why we sleep. That's why they suggest minimum 6 hours a night sleep. Your body needs to heal. Your mind needs to heal. I'm terrible. I write stuff all the time. If I don't, I can't have a conversation on a normal day-to-day basis. Well, let me tell you one real quick thing about my recovery. I focused on public safety in the beginning. The last 3 months of researching and learning about this stuff, I haven't said much about hacking, but there's a reason I don't know shit about hacking still. But with everything else, I spent all this time learning about different trades, different avenues. I started neurohacking. Anybody familiar with neurohacking? Okay, you guys hack on computers. I do it with your brain. And the fun thing about it is I don't have to do it with your brain. You do it with your brain. I just tell you what to think. It's not hypnosis. It's neurohacking. There's a line. Let's see if I can hear people breathing. I'm not looking for a crowd cheer. I'm just saying. Because we're all in here and we're all in this together. This world sucks or this world is great. It's however we do it. Touch grass, right? You guys have heard that term? I have. I hear it all the time. Touch grass. I don't like to. Neighbors call the cops on me sometimes when I go outside because I don't have pants on. It's a little uncomfortable. You guys see me keep glancing over there. Sorry. See, these pauses are intentional. It's awkward, right? Speaker doesn't know what he's talking about. Doesn't know what he's saying. President there doesn't know what's going on. No. When was the last time you guys turned off the computer and just sat there for 2 or 3 minutes? That old meme where, I don't know what that guy's name is, where he smoked a cigarette outside of a church, right? Elated that it's over. Got done for working for the day. You know, I pulled the key out of my fork. Go home to work as a dad. That's my full-time job. It's my wife's full-time job. Then we have full-time jobs. And then our responsibilities to our friends and family are full-time jobs. Then our responsibilities to our hobbies are full-time jobs. When do you get time for yourself? When you're happy. In my world, it was when I got time to myself, I drank right alcohol. You guys do pleasure things, like those fucking badass battle pods. Holy shit, those are awesome. I'm going in there. Who wants to battle? Oh yeah, let's go. You've got to leave your phone outside of the battle pod. Sorry. I turned mine off when I got here, but I also learned in the last few weeks, actually the last few months, you guys can turn that shit on from out there. It doesn't matter. You guys can do a lot of stuff that scares me. And that's another thing. You guys don't have access to that information because that information doesn't exist. Because you can't get high from hacking, right? It's not necessarily the hacking, it's the technology. That's my key point. Be careful with the technology that you guys are presented and the tools that you guys get. Keep an eye on your kids. I only say that because I'm a dad. Be smart about it with yourselves. Show restraint. Keep doing the badass thing that you guys are doing. I want to talk to some of you, and I'm hoping to network while I'm here this weekend. I have already started. So if you guys see me, grab me. If you got questions, I'll sit and I'll talk addiction all day with you. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It can be anything. I'm a process addiction specialist anyways. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching me sweat through this. I'm going to even save these guys the last 60 seconds. I'm not going to ask for any questions or anything like that because I don't want to hear them in a public forum. I want to do one-on-one and present that to the masses so we can information share. That That being said, guys, my motto is stay strong, stay focused, stay sober. Thank you for your time today.